Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here at Public Safety Headquarters. And I'm joined today by Major Ralph Woolfolk, Acting Commander of our Criminal Investigations Division, and Captain Tommy Atzert from our Field Operations Division. As many of our citizens are aware, we've seen a recent resurgence of illegal street racing here in Atlanta. And last night, we saw across the region a number of street racing events that occurred. And 4 of them occurred right here in the city limits. This department has a zero tolerance for any street racing that will occur inside of Atlanta, Georgia. And last night, a number of police resources from this agency, as well as our state and county partners, were deployed inside the city to counter this illegal activity. Our focus is going to be on the individuals that promote and organize illegal street racing right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks to new statutes given to us, statutory authority given to us by the General Assembly, we now have the ability to charge anyone that promotes and organizes a street racing event inside Atlanta, Georgia. And so the video of the 4 occurrences that citizens may have seen last night in our city, we have already arrested 3 individuals that we allege organized those events right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Last night, officers of this department arrested a Trayon Hamilton-Coleman, age 24, from Riverdale, Georgia. We also arrested a Jaquez Antonio Smith, age 22, of Locust Grove, Georgia, and a Tyreek Ponder, age 20, of Hampton, Georgia. And we actually have photographs of Antonio Smith and Ponder. You'll see them in Glock We Trust t-shirts. Mr. Smith is wearing the green shirt, and then Mr. Ponder is wearing the blue shirt. Those 3 individuals are responsible for bringing mayhem, unsafe activity, and criminal activity throughout Atlanta, and they're going to be held responsible. They currently sit in the Fulton County Jail. Last night, a Montrez Carter of McDonough, Georgia, was inside our city limits, organizing the same illegal activity, and he fled back to McDonough, and we've issued an arrest warrant for him. And soon he too will be in the Fulton County Jail. If you are going to organize street racing events in Atlanta, Georgia, we're going to locate you, we're going to identify you, and we're going to hold you accountable. These offenses are punishable by up to a year in prison and a $5,000 fine. And we work very closely with our Fulton County Solicitor General, who has been aggressively prosecuting individuals seeking and obtaining jail time. And we are going to ask our Solicitor General to seek jail time for Mr. Coleman, Mr. Smith, and Mr. Ponder. And for those that believe that we're just going after those that are organizing the events, you're wrong. Last night, we arrested 3 individuals for participating as a non-driver, meaning you either filmed the event and posted it, or you used your body or your vehicle to block the intersection so this illegal activity could go on. Whatever statute is at our disposal, we are going to use it, we are going to arrest you, and we're going to put you in jail. But the organizers are not the only ones we're going to put in jail. We're going to continue to identify everyone that is behind the wheel of the vehicle, that is making the intersection unsafe, and we're going to arrest you as well. And I'm going to turn the podium now over to our Acting Commander of Criminal Investigations, Major Woolfolk, so you can give you an update on those efforts to identify the drivers and an arrest warrant that we've issued from activity on Memorial Day weekend. Major.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ralph Woolfolk, Criminal Investigations Division. As Chief indicated, the bottom line here is if you are operating a street racing group in the city of Atlanta, you will be identified, you will be apprehended, and we will prosecute you. We will handle this type of investigation as we would any other critical investigation in the department impacting our citizenry. And that is where we are at this time as we work through several items of probative value and evidentiary value pertaining to this investigation. As Chief mentioned, last night we did make an arrest on a Richard Rubin that was charged with organizing as it relates to this event. We did on June 3rd identify an individual at the location of Glen Iris and North Avenue. As you've seen this video play time and time again on your TVs, a white Corvette that was spinning out at the center of the intersection. There was an individual that was arrested, identified and arrested in this investigation as a Darius Edmond of Stonecrest, Georgia. So we continue to work in tandem with external jurisdictions. We continue to knock on doors and collaborate with our external partners as we work through these investigations, and we will continue to do so. The last ask that we make here to the public, if you see these vehicles entering into the city of Atlanta at high rates of speed, please contact 911. We will be expedient in our response to those scenes. We also ask that you contact Crime Stoppers in reference to any information that you have regarding these investigations. So as indicated, earlier I did say Darius Edmonds' arrest warrants were issued. We do continue to search for Mr. Edmonds at this time, Mr. Darius Edmonds, for that incident that occurred at Glen Irish and North Avenue. So thank you. That's all I have at this time.
Thank you, Major. All right, thank you so much, Shada. So the video we're going to show you highlights the efforts of the Atlanta Police Department last night. You're going to see officers of this agency deploying across the city to be able to counter individuals that were attempting to conduct illegal street racing. First, you're going to see us at the intersection of Lakewood and Metropolitan, where officers will be disrupting the activity there. And we want to again thank the officers that worked all through the night, as well as our partners at the Georgia State Patrol and the Fulton County Sheriff's Department for their efforts. So what you're seeing here now I want to note that when you see individuals blocking the roadway with their cars or their bodies, that's illegal. This is a non-driver participation in a street racing event. That is a misdemeanor, punishable up to 1 year in prison and also a $1,000 fine. And we arrested 3 individuals last night for that act, either using their car or their body to be able to create an area for street racing, or if you're filming it as well. You're also going to see in just a little bit our officers at the intersection of Glenwood Avenue and Eva Davis Way that are arriving to stop the illegal activity and move in to make arrests. Our goal is to charge those that organize this, that asked people to come into our city, that said take over an intersection. Remember, these individuals never sat behind the wheel of a vehicle, ladies and gentlemen, but they organized it. They encouraged it and they facilitated it. And the individuals that we charged last night, again, I'm going to go through that, and you're going to see here, I don't know, Shot, if we've came up with the shirt yet, 2 of the individuals that we allege organized illegal street racing in our city last night is coming up on the screen here in just a moment. So you don't have to be in a car to be charged. If you promote it, put it on social media, encourage individuals to be here, we're going to arrest you. And if we could pause right here, Shada. If you see the individual with the green lettering, that is Jasquaz Antonio Smith, age 22. He's not from Atlanta. He's from Locust Grove, Georgia. And then the individual you see with the blue lettering, that is Tyreek Ponder, age 20, and he is of Hampton, Georgia. Everyone that we arrested last night is from outside the city limits. And so your distance from Atlanta, Georgia will not save you from arrest warrants, and your distance from Atlanta, Georgia will not save you from a jail cell inside the Fulton County Detention Center. And then, of course, we know that Major Woolfolk just made you aware that our investigators continue to work daily, identifying who was behind the wheel. Individuals here you're going to see highlighted were either charged with driving recklessly, participating in it, using their bodies, vehicles, or cameras to be a non-driver participant, or the organizers. And then this is the individual that our major just spoke about. Darius Edmonds from Stonecrest, Georgia. Some of you did see the video last week of the white Corvette in the intersection of Glen Iris and North Avenue. This is who this department alleges was the driver. And so 7 days almost from that event does not save you from an arrest warrant, and your address in Stonecrest will not save you from an arrest warrant. And very soon this individual too will be facing a judge of Fulton County and will be inside the Fulton County Jail. And so this is the update we want to give our citizens, that we will not allow this activity to happen. The period of time where we saw almost 0 instances of our city of occurring, we're going to replicate all of the measures to restore that level of order and non-street racing inside the city limits. So I want to thank the officers of our field operations. I want to thank our officers from our criminal investigations division for the hard work that they do each and every day, that we will have resources deployed to make sure we counter this illegal activity. Thank you again for taking this important information back to your viewers. If I can answer any questions at this time, I would be more than happy to do so.
Why now is the time to kind of speak out about this and talk about kind of this crackdown? Is this something that you typically see a lot more during the summer months?
It is often associated with the summer times, but we went through a number of months, and including last summer, where we saw a sharp drop in street racing. I think that was key arrests being made by these investigations. We had some of the key organizers that were put in jail. And there's probably a vacuum created. Individuals didn't pay close enough attention of what their predecessors were doing and the results and the consequences of that. And so last night we saw a resurgence. We saw that resurgence starting last weekend. And so this message is to anyone, whether you reside inside the city or outside, and all these offenders reside outside. If you're thinking about this city, where you're going to come and create crime and mayhem, you're going to meet the Atlanta Police Department and you're going to go to jail. So we wanted the message to be out today, so the citizens know that this police department takes this seriously. We are making arrests, and those that are thinking about organizing their next event inside of Atlanta, Georgia, they're going to meet us. They're going to meet us with a warrant, and they're going to meet Sheriff Labatt and the Fulton County Jail.
So
You know, it could be. This is a great city. We have great venues. We have the best skyline in the world. And so I think sometimes individuals want to use our skyline, this venue, for the backdrop of their videos. And I just hope they were able to video the Fulton County Jail. They didn't because we had their cameras, so they didn't. But that is where this ends up. So a brief moment of notoriety behind the city skyline is going to lead to an arrest. And I think that's why people want to come here. Everybody loves Atlanta, Georgia, but this is not the place to do this.
One just quick clarification. You mentioned earlier that the people that were possibly going to be arrested, people that were posting on social media, is that particularly focused on people who are promoting the street races or passerbys, or just clarification?
Sure, there's two classifications of charges that we're using. One is the promoting or organizing a street racing event. So if you're encouraging individuals to come here, if you're facilitating individuals to come here, giving them locations to go to, helping create the environment for street racing, that is a misdemeanor offense. Punishable up to a year in prison, up to $5,000 fine, and that's what we're charging. The new statute is a non-driver participation. You don't have to be behind the wheel of the car. Neither one of these offenses, you're behind the wheel of a vehicle, but you're creating mayhem in our city. And it is if you use your vehicle or your body to be able to block the intersection, block the parking lot, or you film in a manner that you are facilitating the notoriety and the promotion of the event. And so if that's what we see and we have probable cause for that, we're going to secure an arrest warrant for it. We have dedicated investigators for this crime.
All right, thank you, everyone.
All right, thank you, Shada. Appreciate you and your team. All right, everyone have a safe day.